Yeah, I'm happy to kick it off.
Sorry.
Hello. It's all right. Hello all. Welcome to the analytics section meeting, 22nd of August. That's the date. Yes, I've been signing my name on things this morning and I still don't remember the day. I might as well kick off since I'm first on. I'm Rob, just joined from the compliance team in Manage. Howdy. I'm a front-end engineer. I've joined the product analytics team to try and help get it off the ground. I've started looking at Cube.js and understanding how security contexts. I've put an initial brain dump in an issue, which I've linked to already. So if anyone wants to contribute or tell me I'm an idiot, feel free. I'm still very much trying to get my head around this whole problem space. So the more I learn, the better it will be.
Welcome, Rob. Glad to have you on board. Looks like we got Max next.
Much the same, really. Yeah, new to the product analytics team from compliance. I'm a backend engineer. My focus so far has been trying to figure stuff out, basically. So I'm looking at specifically how we're going to connect GitLab projects to Jitsu and closing that whole loop into Cube, which Rob has been helping me with the last couple of days. Yeah, spending a lot of time just sort of reading stuff and thinking about it and then writing some of it down before I actually get into the meat of it all. So I've linked to an issue I've been working on so far, so you can follow that along async. And I'm going to try, hopefully at least once a day, to contribute what I've been fiddling with basically back to a dev kit so others can pick that up as well. Feel free to set up coffee chats should you wish to get to know me better.
Yeah, welcome Rob and Max to analytics section. Yeah, another announcement is that I'm going to transfer from public intelligence to engineering productivity back to IC. And I will officially start on Tuesday, 30th of August, and I will still be around for any support that anyone might need. And yeah, thank you for the great support so far, especially with the transfer. And yeah, that's it. Dennis, you have maybe some more details.
Yeah, we'll definitely miss you. But as far as transition details go, I kind of moved points around, but I will be out of office from the 31st of August until the 6th of September. And because of this, it will be best if Alina remains kind of DRI for any questions for the group's ongoing work until I return. That said, this week, I'm going to be meeting with Alina and Amanda to get up to speed on all the work that's happening in product intelligence. And then I'll be planning to schedule some coffee chats for this week and next, just to get to know the group a little bit better. As far as official business, one-on-ones will start when I'm back on the 7th. And then, bear in mind, and this has been communicated already, but there's a new engineering manager coming on board starting on October 10th. And so I'll just be interim for, briefly a month or so, but hopefully we'll, have some fun working on product intelligence together. And then we've got some words from a couple of different team members here if they would like to vocalize.
Yeah, just congratulations. Engineering Productivity is a really interesting group, so I'm sure you're super excited.
Yeah, thank you.
And I can vocalize my Elena, thanks for all your contributions over the years on product intelligence. I think one notable metric that can sort of map your contributions is when I think you started on the team, the percentage of customers sharing service ping was something like 30%, and now it's well over 2/3. It's like 68, 69%. And we were doing things like manually generating SaaS service ping. And I know you probably had to do that several times yourself. So anyway, thanks for all your hard work and all your contributions, and best of luck onto the new team.
Yes, something that I definitely can add on top of that is thanks a lot for all the work that you have done in product intelligence, but especially in your acting EM role where I worked with you. This was really great. You have given me really great support in taking care of the team and during this transition. And so I'm really glad that engineering productivity gets a fantastic new team member. I'm pretty sure you will be doing great work also over there that we will also benefit from. So looking forward to that. And yeah, thanks for the ongoing support. And I can definitely let you know, Alina was all the time looking out for the team members, that everyone has their support as long as needed. And yeah, we were trying to figure this out, how to do this in the best possible way. So thanks a lot also for that.
Yeah, thank you. Thank you for the kind words. I'm just overwhelmed now. Thank you.
All right. Well, on that note, I can drive everyone to sleep, at least with kind of an update on product analytics. So now that we've got 2 new team members, Rob and Max, on board, just to kind of give a brief update on where we're at, if we think about kind of maybe it helps to show perhaps a dated diagram. I know, Tim, you have a new one, but it doesn't include all the fancy different features we want to build in right now. But if we think about, if we're looking at the collector and the GitLab as a product itself, we've got Jeremy and Axel working focused on the dashboard and you know, integrating that work with from a live data source, from the POC, as well as the, you know, how we want to have it driven by a schema and version controlling that and so on. And we've got Rob and Max working on the collector, and it seemed in terms of how we, you know, are planning to manage Jitsu, integrate with Cube, and make sure that we're, you know, making sure that we're querying what we're supposed to be querying, especially as we have an initial pilot stack where everyone will be, it'll be multiple people on that. And so security and making sure people can only see their own data will be very important there. And so the plan is to eventually meet in the middle. And I'll include that diagram, which definitely needs to be updated, and Tim has a newer version that we can use. But the whole point is that we're working from both ends in terms of making sure that all the services are working together and integrated properly, as well as the features that the users will be interacting with, and then hopefully can meet in the middle to integrate the two together. And so there's a number of issues that you can, if you just, you know, query what we're looking at, that's that'll include more details there, just not to include too many links to issues and such. On that note, I know I've been creating a lot of different epics and issues, and so I'm trying to look at, you know, how that can be better organized without, you know, contributing to information overload there. But so keep an eye on there. Some things will be moving around, so I apologize in advance. But also in terms of what I'm currently focused on in terms of our pilot analytics stack, continuing to getting that set up, continuing to refine like security policies and making sure that what's exposed is exposed, and if it is, you know, it's got TLS certificates and things like that. Also working on instrumenting it and making sure that, you know, we're able to monitor the performance of it, not only so that that doesn't fall over, but it'll be important in terms of how we actually determine like how much things cost and how we'll actually factor that into our pricing model. In the meantime, Rob's already started creating issues in terms of how we can get the Jitsu library added in, how we'll get permission for the internal handbooks, something that Sam will be on top of in terms of getting clearance from legal as we move towards getting more real production data. Along those lines, I've also been looking into how we can have some simulated traffic, not only for us to kind of help, you know, say if we need certain flows to show up when we're actually monitoring these or collecting data for certain applications, but more importantly for having a data set that is relevant and usable in our development kits. So that, you know, something that's nice with ClickHouse is you can literally just say import and link to a SQL file in object storage or AWS. And so the goal is to at least have an example data set that people can use once these features are better integrated to be able to actually query, like, you know, simulated traffic on the GDK, and eventually maybe use the simulator itself. But yeah, that's what I've been currently focused on. Hope that's a little bit of an update on what the group has been focused on. Tim, you've got a couple extra points here.
Yes, thanks a lot, Dennis, for the update. Something that I started on looking into on Friday when I have no meetings, so I have a bit of time to do stuff, is simply get the repo started for our SDK, so that we can encapsulate mainly Jitsu, or if at some point we want to write completely on our own or want to do something differently, I think this is best to completely encapsulate this part. And also it gives us the possibility to extend this to all the other ideas that we had during the POC phase. of extending the SDK there, also bringing in the knowledge and the know-how, how we are encapsulating already stuff in tracking, what are things that we were, for example, missing in Snowplow, and so on and so on. So I'm currently working on the first init, which is simply importing Jitsu and is piping it through to the init call, and that's it for now. And then I'm going to connect with the product intelligence team in the next couple of days to really see that we can bring in their know-how and their experience of how to build in the tracking parts, how we are going to do now session handling, if this is something we already basically need to provide some identifiers during the SDK, and then maybe in the data transformation add another session record, etc. So I think this is the big next step, so that we can literally have our own SDK added to whatever asset we have internally or externally, to then basically track through our SDK to our analytics component. We finally need some naming that we need to get around in the next couple of days for this box with Jitsu and ClickHouse and Cube. And yeah, and then the big next step will be the proxying and tunneling of Cube through the Rails application, so that the front end can talk to the data store, and then we should have all the first bits in place to actually collect data and display data and get started on that. So looking forward to those next steps. Dennis, you have a hiring update, or anyone, any comments, questions, remarks?
I need to say I'm so excited about getting a JS SDK. Honestly, that will make our life so much easier.
Yeah, I think so too. It really should give us also a good opportunity to build on top of that. I was looking into a couple of different SDKs, so that we have basically a vanilla JavaScript SDK, and then we can also get this extended to Next, Vue, React, and whatever, and basically encapsulate even more automatic tracking for those, so that people can use it. And yeah, shouldn't be too hard to get started, and then endless possibilities. Cool. Now over to Dennis.
Yep, cool. Lots of pieces happening. So it'll be good to see it all working together. As far as hiring updates, I'm still working on tweaking the final backend engineering role for this. We're looking for someone with a little bit more ops experience. While I've been enjoying my time in Kubernetes land and all of the fun that's tied to that, looking for someone that can handle that more on a day-to-day basis. So some more hands-on experiences there. Thankfully, there's a referral that's coming. I think well, I have to double check that, but there's a referral that's coming that should fit that description. So we'll see how that looks. As for the remaining front-end engineering position, we're looking to make an offer there. So as soon as we have more news, I'll be sharing that. But I'm pretty excited about that as well. And then just as a final note, I'll be, as I mentioned before, out of office for about a week, starting the middle of next week. So yes. There's a lot of information. I'll stop again if there was any questions or feedback there. All right, and Justin, you have the final point.
Cool, thanks, Dennis. Hale, if I haven't met you yet, good to meet you. I think some of you I've met. Feel free and schedule a coffee chat. I'd love to get to meet you in person. But if you haven't seen his note, Kenny is leaving GitLab, and the crying face emoji only like begins to capture my emotions regarding his departure. So David sent a note out recently, but I'll be taking over the analytics section on the PM side in his absence. I put my README in here if you want to learn a little bit more about me. But my primary focus right now is just supporting Sam. Sam's not going anywhere. He's still acting PM for the foreseeable future. And my focus right now will be helping him, but also spending a lot of time on hiring. So I had about 4 interviews, 4 screens last week. And I put a mini update here with 4 candidates in team interviews for product analytics and 2 for product intelligence. So I'm pretty happy with the pipeline. It looks really strong. So hopefully we'll find a great couple of new team members here in the next few weeks.
Awesome.
And also welcome to you, Justin, again.
Thank you, Tim.
Lots of welcomes this meeting. Awesome. Cool. Does anyone have anything else they'd like to bring up? Well, it's good to see everyone. Have a good rest of your Mondays. That's 14 minutes back, and have a good rest of your weeks.
Take care, everyone.
Bye.